Okay, hello guys, welcome back to the Reaper's Candle channel. So today we are doing a different sort of reading. I've decided to stop doing specific questions and start doing a little bit more of like general life updates. Since I'm not going to be doing future things anyways, I'm trying to focus on the present and what your current energy is going and situation is happening in terms of your love life, your self life, in terms of like improvement, growth, etc., things like that, personal development, health, whatever shows up at that time. And then also your professional career or worldly life in terms of social work, anything like that. Okay. Love I've kind of done separate, even though it should be considered part of yourself. I've done it as a separate thing because I know that a lot of people that watch these tarot card videos are interested in love readings specifically. So I have done that one separately just to get a more clear view on that. And also for the career, I mean, if anything social pops up, I'll take it into consideration and speak it. But mostly I'm focusing on the career aspect of that material world. And then this will be and then the final one will be your personal world, so your own self-growth development, your psychological and emotional energies and thoughts, etc. Okay. So today we will get started, and these are your piles 1, 2, and 3. So just zone in, either meditate, chakra balance, whatever you need to do. Take some time to get yourself into a calm state, and then select the I guess like totem that draws you in the most. Um, and basically, you can just try to connect with your own soul and with yourself, and then pick whichever one draws you out. What I also sometimes do is I ask God for show me the truth or let me pick the truth. So you can also do that, okay? So I will give you guys some time and then we'll get started. Okay, so we will get started. Of course, you can pause the video if you haven't decided yet, or go back to the totems, but definitely pick one and then just select the pile in the description box below. And we will get started. Okay, so pile 1, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to read your totem for a bit. Just off the bat, I get you guys are very bubbly and bright characters. You're very outgoing and I want to say very unique in your personality and the way that you present yourself to others. I can literally see like a cheerleader type just bouncing around from one place to another and just saying hello and hi and just kind of keeping up the energies of the environment. And everyone loves them. Some people might be kind of turned away from them just because they're not used to that sort of energy, so they think it's a bit awkward or like you're trying too hard maybe and it's not your natural energy, but it really is. And yes, you do have your lows and moments too, but you tend not to express them out in public. You tend to deal with them yourself in your time when you are alone and just relax with like music or playing games or just reading books, just really in your own hermit little world. Okay, so we'll get started with your reading. Okay, so these are the cards that were pulled out for your love life, your career life, and then for your personal growth, emotional, psychological life. Now, they weren't coming out, these cards weren't coming out when I asked for personal or emotional, psychological life, but they were coming out when I asked for growth or development. So we're going to perceive them in that sense. So we'll start off with love over here. You've got the Five of Swords. So it does seem that there might be some sort of battle going on in your love life right now. There might be someone that you're close to, like a friend or someone like that, that is fighting for the same guy that you are fighting for or you are interested in. And it seems you are the more gentle type, but you are also not backing down. You don't want to break their friendship, but the other girl is very adamant on getting the guy by any means possible, and she may actually end up hurting you even though you are her very close friend. It almost seems like a best friend situation, but at the same time it seems like you are wary of this person because of certain characteristics that they might have been showing recently, where it's just like kind of like want to you kind of get on edge when you're around this person just because their characteristics or their behavior is so different from what you have perceived of them before and why you became friends in the first place. Like you guys used to have a really close relationship, sharing the same thoughts, same likes, dislikes, all that stuff, and then having also the same qualities and values of morals and ethics. So that's why you guys were very close best friends even in childhood. But as you're growing, I'm seeing more of like a high school level, but it could be a college level too. But it's showing that you guys are young adults. So definitely there is this vibe of that they might be getting more jealous of you recently, or they might be feeling more awkward or having different sort of ideology on how to live life. It's kind of like when you see in those movies, there's always that one character who's just kind of living their life confident no matter what they do, and they have a best friend that's kind of like feels insecure about themselves or how much value they hold or how people they think that people perceive them at a lower value than you. Um, so that's the vibe I'm getting, even though you seem to be the more shy and gentle type, and they seem to be more of like the party type of girl. Um, yeah. So that's what I'm seeing in the love life situation right now. And it also, like, again, I'm focusing in on over here too, this hand that's tied. It seems like you're kind of keeping yourself in this situation stuck because you don't really know how to free yourself. And so you just keep on getting hurt by this person who's not afraid to hurt you at all, even though you are in a weak position or a vulnerable position. Um, okay. Now, moving on to your career, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, and I know a lot of tarot readers don't take like reversals or they'll straighten out the cards, but I'm going to try something new today, and I'm going to start taking the cards on the angle that they come. That might be a representation of like the scale from 0 to 100. So with side, I'm taking it as a transition, so you guys might be going through a transition in your career currently. But you are on like a path of success because with the Eight of Pentacles, again, it is more money, more wealth, more material stability. Um, it does kind of feel with her legs crossed in this way at the side angle that I'm viewing at, and then they're reaching for their material goals or wealth. It does kind of seem like there's a lot of things kind of making you come in doubt. With the wind coming here and the leaves, it almost seems like the wind is pushing them away from achieving their goals or their wealth. Um, and this might be an indicator that what you're reaching out for isn't meant for you. But it could also be an indicator that there are external forces around you that are trying to push you and distract you away from your goal. Maybe like 4 or 5 external forces that might be distracting you from what you need to be focused on. There's also this with the cross leg, it again gives me the idea of like kind of like someone, sorry about this analogy, but kind of like someone holding their pee in and they're trying to find where the closest bathroom is, but they also don't want to move just in case something, happens. So it's kind of like that situation, or like when you're fidgeting, when like kids fidget with their hands and their legs and they try to cross them and then swing them and kind of just tiptoe, like go like this with their feet when they're anxious, right? Or they think that they're going to be in trouble. That's the feel that I'm getting from her legs. So it does feel like maybe you are also in a state of confusion of whether you are going to be successful in this endeavor, whether you are going to proceed forward, or even like how to proceed forward. You might be in a situation of like, okay, what's the next exit? What's the next move to make? So that is what I'm seeing. But yes, currently you're in a moment of transition, and we can see what the solution for this would be later on, as well as for the love, like maybe who it is that you should be wary of, or how you can basically kind of like prevent this situation from becoming turning into like a bad thing. Yes, okay. Now moving on to your own personal growth and development. So again, like I said before, I'm going to perceive this as your growth and development cards because that's what they popped out on, and not your psychological or emotional situation or development going on. So you've got the King of Pentacles and the Hangman both in reverse. But when I first saw the Hangman card, I thought it was one of the Empress cards standing up. So it's giving me a vibe that maybe people think you are very much in control of your life, or you think that you are very much in control of your life, and you're emulating or trying to emulate a certain powerful female aura and character. But you might still be kind of stuck in that fake it till you make it sort of phase. So that's what you're kind of trying to do, to fake it till you make it. Because internally it does feel like you feel that you are stuck and that you are not changing or growing in any way. And especially with the King of Pentacles, this is again relating back to the career thing, where it does feel that you might be holding something in your hand, but you can't see it physically. Again, it's linking back to the career aspect, right? But yeah, for the growth and development, that's mostly what I'm seeing. But you shouldn't worry because you are growing, albeit slowly and in your subconscious. You are acknowledging that you are growing, but you might not be recognizing those growths consciously because you don't see the material efforts materializing basically in your real world. Or you might feel stuck and you don't know how far you've actually grown or what you've specifically grown in. So we can ask what you have grown in and why you feel kind of stuck. Okay, so for the love situation, I asked how to make this situation better, whatever the situation going on is. And we got the 9 of Cups outside. So number one, right off the bat, is protect your energy and protect your own decisions and your own wants, needs, and desires, okay? Even if you have to kind of... This cat is giving me a very much like pulling it towards you very in a jerkily manner and kind of like a tug of war situation, and it feels like you should be fighting for your own decision and taking it back. That doesn't necessarily mean that you go behind your friend's back and start doing conniving things or anything like that, but it does mean to stand up for your own decision and tell her that she needs to back off and that that person is yours. Yeah, and then you also need to kind of protect your energy. So be careful of who you let in or who you kind of are telling your own love interests or etc. to. Okay, even things that happen with this person that you're interested in, just be careful of who you're telling that to. Because yeah, you have all these 9 of Cups emotional energy, but it almost feels like the cat is kind of holding them to, like daggers around them to protect them from anyone who will try to steal their meat or steal their love interest in this case from them. Yeah, and just be careful and wary of this friend, but also other people who might be eyeing the same person. Because I am getting that this person is kind of sort of like the popular dude in the school, like he's maybe really good looking or something, or he's very sweet and he's an athlete, something like that. I'm seeing someone with like brown, like big curl hair, but he's got like a sort of sleepy face and he's very like soft smiley. I don't know if you guys understand what that means, but like when the eyes are kind of squinty but they're lazy, but they're focused on you and listening to you, but they're just not like that bright exaggerated smile, you know, and they laugh a lot, they smile a lot. But it's kind of like that like sleepy or tired laugh and smile. Because they're amused about the situation. And just I the feeling that I'm getting is when this person is talking to you or when you're in the vicinity, they do seem very amused and pleased, and they feel relaxed when you're around. So there is this element as well. Yeah. Okay, so that's the advice. Just stand up for your own decisions and make sure that you're being wary of who you are sharing your love interest or love stories with. Um, and yeah, just be straightforward with your friend about your decision and let her know, like, you're not going to back off because this is your love interest. And she needs to back off because she's doing the wrong things. Okay, so now this is for your career. And again, like I said before, that your career sort of life is in a transitionary kind of what to do, stuck and anxious sort of energy. So I asked what you can do to kind of get out of this transitionary, stuck, anxious, kind of what to do, questioning sort of energy. And these are the cards. So you got Six of Cups, Magician, Two of Wands, and then you've got Queen of Swords in reverse, and then the Three of Wands. So there's a lot of creation sort of energy going on here. And the very first card that I'm going to talk about is actually from here, the Three of Wands. So right off the bat, there is an energy of being very blunt and straightforward with things that you should not be doing at this moment. Because again, they are distracting you from your goals. There seems to be like maybe three things I would say, but possibly four. Things distracting you. Okay. Then we'll go to the Queen of Swords here. So again, it's the energy of not taking action on certain things. So you have to really look at things in detail and decide which ones you want to actually invest your energy and time in, and which ones you want to let go. And again, you can see there's like about 3 or 4 birds over here at the back too. There's one off the side, but one off the side here, but basically 3 or 4, I would say. So your first step is to just kind of decide very strictly which things you want to invest your, which things you should not be divesting your energy and distracting yourself with. Then moving on to Two of Wands, Magician, and Six of Cups. So now this is basically kind of like the second half of the reading, which is basically saying that once you take things into your hand and then you start creating and focusing on what you wanted to make or focus on and create, then you will be able to be emotionally fulfilled, but also be able to, it's a feeling of giving the resources to the right thing, rather than all these cups that have fallen around here and are just kind of like sitting there for no reason. Those seem to be all of your past actions or endeavors that kind of didn't produce any fruit. And the one that you should be focusing on right now is here, this little birdie over here. So yes, so this strict energy is going to allow you to take things into your own hand and manifest and create what you want to actually be focused on. Yeah, and that'll actually give growth emotionally and spiritually as well, I would like to say, and psychologically, like an overall growth of all the aspects of your personality and your character in life. When I wanted to get like kind of like a specific on what those distractions are, and starting from these 3 cards, it seems to be something very internal. So it seems to be that the distractions are created from your own thoughts and your own feelings. And what I'm getting over here is it's almost like an imbalance of giving too much attention or care towards your feelings and your emotions. It feels basically like you are babying yourself a little too much, and it seems like you're trying to use the excuse basically at this point in time of, oh, I'm trying to take care of myself and be balanced and healthy, to kind of create these distractions. And it can be again, it's like this slithering snake over here, right? The moons with the dreams again. So there is some sort of like negative energy around your dreams that is kind of like trying to destroy you from accomplishing your dreams. And at this point, they are succeeding. Now, this seems to be more of like a spiritual energy or metaphysical energy. It's not like a jinn or a spirit or anything like that. It's just the negative energy right now that is in your environment or in your situation right now that is being manifested. And this could again lead back to kind of your own thoughts and feelings, because you want to be balanced. You want to be grounded and be doing things that are actually active and moving you forward, but you also at the same time want to be taking care of yourself spiritually, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, right? But at this point in time, you are in balance towards the taking care of yourself side, and you're giving yourself too much care to the point of it being lazy and overthinking every single action that you want to take and not taking the right actions, which are causing you stress and overthinking in return. And this is basically creating this negative energy around you, which is making you feel lazy and unaccomplished. Okay? And now finally, we've got the growth or development one. So I will ask how to embody the energy that you want and how to kind of get out of this stagnant or stuck internal energy, as well as confirmations on what you have actually grown in. Okay, so you guys got a lot of cards when I tried to ask how you can embody the energy that you want to embody successfully and sustainably. So these are all those cards over here. And then the cards over here are the ones that you got for the question, what you have grown in that you may not consciously recognize. So with these cards, what you guys have grown in is the ability to move. So you guys have grown in the ability to move forward and take the steps that you need to take to accomplish your goal. So even if you are moving slowly, you are definitely taking baby steps, and you are taking steps indeed that do push you forward and help you move forward towards the right path and towards the goal that you want to. And you can see again, like you're lighting it up, but again, you seem to be turned away from where you are actually moving to. So it seems like you're trying to reflect back and see how much you've come along the journey. But as you can see, these wands are quite close to each other, so it's almost like you've only moved 1 or 2 feet. And the feeling that I'm getting is that it could be because you keep on reflecting on the past, which is why you aren't able to move forward, or notice that you have moved forward quite a lot, because you're not focusing on moving forward right now. You know that you have to keep on moving forward, but you keep on looking at the past and things that have happened in the past and whether you've come far away from those things or not. But the more you reflect on that, the more you kind of delay your speed. Because again, if you keep on turning behind to look what's behind when you're driving a car or when you're driving your bicycle, you're going to automatically slow down so that you don't trip or fall forward or hit something in the front, right? So that's the same sort of energy going on here. So you need to turn your face this way and focus on the forward steps and just keep on doing them without losing track of your actual goal. So focus on the goal, but just keep on moving towards it. And forget about the past, because the past is the past, you can't change it, and reflecting upon it is good to see how far you've developed and grown, but reflecting upon it so frequently is not a good thing, and thinking about it too much is also not a good thing, because it's going to kind of manifest that reality again and make you rebound. So you need to focus on your future goal. And along with that, there is this sense of coming into your own and being confident in who you are and really learning what it means to be independent and being emotionally fulfilled in that independent spirit. Okay? Yeah. And it seems like you guys are very much more calmed down and relaxed now internally. So you guys don't get anxious over the slightest things. You don't get insecure or worry about how people will perceive you, or if someone's acting weird to you, you don't really take that to heart. And it's very kind of like a enjoying your coffee sort of vibe. To embody the energy that you want to embody successfully, we'll start off here with the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So, number one is protect your energy in an open way. So be open and observant and interactive with people around you, but be very protective and wary of kind of the things that of the people that are around you at the same time. Kind of observe them and see whether you should be letting them into your life completely or not, and letting them into your energy sphere or not. And with the Queen of Pentacles, I'm also getting this sort of control your life. Don't let your life kind of control you and let you flow you into wherever. Make sure that you're making the decision to go out if you want to go out somewhere, to do something if you want to do something, or to meet with people or become friends with people if you want to do that. Number two is the Two of Wands. And this is kind of giving me eat as many apples as you can, because you are Snow White. But again, it's this aspect of the poison apple too. So be wary of what you're eating or who you are kind of trusting. Even with people who might be giving you gifts and things like that, just be wary again of even the blessings that you are receiving in your life. Make sure that they are coming from the appropriate divine source, which is God, and not some random spirit or something like that, or the universe, whatever people want to call it. Because, I mean, this is my own religious perspective, and I would like you guys not to convert religions, but definitely think of the fact that when you call upon spirits or random universe items and energies, you might be calling anything into your sphere because you haven't called them by name. So it could be something good, it could be something bad. You don't know. And so it's better to not call upon those things and not interact with them, because they could later on misguide you and take you away from your right path, which in our religion only God can determine what your divine path is and what the right things to do are and the blessings. So even with blessings, be careful that they are not coming from the wrong source, because that is also something that bad things and spirits use to trick you into thinking that you are on the right path, but they're actually misguiding you. And yeah, again, it's this aspect of really focus on your spiritual energy, protect it, and make sure you are making a calm and rational decision, and the decision that you want, not just trusting the process or trusting the flow sort of thing. Okay, then we've got the Magician. And this is also sort of the same thing it's being said. And as you can see, there's a lot of sort of like wands in this area again. And there's a lot of holding items that are around. So again, make sure that you are making a decision. Make sure that you are creating the decision. And be careful of things that are kind of going on in the background, or people's true intentions not being shown, true personalities, and true thoughts. Also make sure that you are protecting yourself from anything evil or bad around you or negative around you as well. And then you've got the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups. And these are basically, it just keeps on reiterating the same message, that to make sure that you are feeding your own emotions and making sure that you are making decisions from a healthy state of mind, rather than just letting every single blessing or good thing happen in your life guide you. You should really be asking everything that's making noise to clarify and try to understand. Just be still for a second and try to understand whether Whatever the thing making noise deserves your energy, whether it's the right thing to do or not, whether it's something that you want to do, and whether it's going to lead you to your future goal or not. And again, of course, is it an action that is moral and ethical and of a high value? Try not to do any misdeeds or bad deeds, okay, just to accomplish our goal. And then with the Ace of Cups also, there's this element of kind of gathering coins. Even though the cup looks like it's overflowing, it's almost like not the sense of overflowing, but more of like when this coin gets collected, there's a little bit more of a splash. So it's kind of like you're taking small steps, and when you actually get the proper guidance or the proper blessing, it gets collected in your emotional cup, and it makes a little bit of excitement in your life. Okay? And then finally with the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Cups, again, there's this energy of the snake kind of slithering around your dreams. So again, it is that negative energy that I want you guys to be wary of. And then with the Queen of Wands coming in reverse, again, it is this idea of thoughts not being in your control. So you really need to control your thoughts and really need to decide what to invest your energy in, psychologically and thoughtfully speaking. And you also want to make sure that you're not investing it again in the wrong energy, and you're protecting yourself. And most often we associate black cats with curses and all those types of things, and you can see that she's wielding her wand to kind of create an aura. Now in this picture, I'm not getting any sort of enmity or negativity from this black cat, and I don't perceive black cats as curses anyways, but in this picture, it's a very almost like an acceptance by you of this creature, and kind of like a bond that you have with this creature. And again, you are still protecting your energy. So yeah, so you just really need to protect your energy, and then make sure that you're focused on the right goal and trusting the right people to take you along this pathway, as well as letting the right blessings into your life and not being misguided by things that might be trying to misguide you, by making you think that those blessings are yours or whatnot. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and I hope you guys found the clarifications helpful as well. Have a lovely, wonderful, blessed day, and stay protected. Pile 2, so welcome to your reading. We will do a love reading, career reading, and a self-growth and development reading. But first, I am going to take a look at your totem pole and just see what kind of that says about your personality. And with this, I am seeing that you guys are maybe a little bit more darker creatures, maybe like very shy and introverted, but again, you are very still gentle and, like I said, very shy, and kind of just stay to yourself, to your own corner of the room. And it doesn't seem like you guys are afraid of people. It just seems like you guys are very shy around people and with interacting. But there is like a very bright spark inside of you guys, and you guys have a lot of lovely characteristics that you could share with the world, but you don't because of your shyness. And when people find out about those things, they're actually very excited to continue their relationship with you. But not all of those people might be wanting to continue it with the right intentions. So again, you do have to stay in this sort of protected energy, but just make sure that you show these things to the right people and don't trust the wrong people. I can see you guys are very small and petite and slim. You might be creative or artistic in some way. I'm not seeing any sort of drawing or painting media. But maybe you guys just have very creative ideas and you guys like to talk a lot. And, okay. And that's about all I'm seeing for right now. And it does seem like you guys are 14 or 16 years old. You guys might be 17 or 18, but I am definitely seeing like a teenager. Not anything older or younger than that. Maybe 12 or 13, but not anything younger than that. Alright, so I'll get started on your reading. Okay, so these are the cards that you guys got for your love life. Okay, so you've got Two of Pentacles, the Strength coming out together, and the Lovers. And then you've got the Wheel for your career, and then the Star for, I want to read it from the spiritual and the, yes, from the spiritual perspective, because that's when it kind of jumped out on. Okay, so we will start off with, let's start off with the spiritual aspect. What is going on in pile 2's spiritual situation or energy? Okay, so number one that I can see is that you guys are very spiritually calm. So you guys have very good positive energy, and that could be the reason. That could be due to your very protective and shy energy. So you have a very gentle energy, and you are being divinely guided. You are on the right path. Spiritual speaking, you might actually be practicing a religion like Christianity or Judaism, but you follow that religion properly, and you even tend to explore it a little bit more to try to understand what it truly is, and what types of things you should be doing and how you should be living your life. But you're definitely on the right path, and you are also a very calm and positive, just harmonic energy is going on in terms of your spiritual energy. Very purple and whitish sort of energy. Yeah. So there isn't much to be said about your spiritual energy. We can ask later on how to protect it, how to stay guided on the right path. All right, for your career, it seems like you guys are in the winding and deciding sort of stage right here. So you guys are taking steps to make your career, and mostly what I'm getting is like going to school and stuff like that, and trying to research how to get into a specific career and then doing those steps. But you guys aren't really proactive outside of school and researching. So you guys are still trying to observe and decide whether this is the right career. You might have 2 or 3 different options that you might be weighing and looking at. And that's what I'm getting for the career aspect. There is also this aspect of anxiety here. You're very, again, like this image of someone fidgeting and biting their nails and very shy and kind of straining themselves to a corner when there's something social happening is showing up. So maybe you might also be getting sort of like a pullback from yourself, in the sense of you might not want to step out of your comfort zone, or you might find it awkward or unusual, or even just like confusing to you, like why do I need to take this step and force myself kind of into this situation when it might not be necessary. You're trying to work smarter and not harder, and so that's why you might be thinking, oh, maybe I don't want to really socialize with people or step out of this sort of shy personality that I have, because it's going to be uncomfortable. But do I need to do that? That's sort of questioning that's going on in your mind right now. So we can take a look of kind of what the careers you're considering, how to decide which career is the best for you, because that would be the best advice sort of situation. And then also how to kind of step out of your comfort zone if need be. And then finally with your love situation. So you've got the Lovers, you've got Two of Pentacles and Strength. So definitely there is someone coming into your life. I'm getting a very hard coming into your life. So you guys might be introduced to someone randomly, maybe your brother's friend, or yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems like your brother's friend is coming into your house, and there's an automatic connection between you guys. He might be 1 or 2 years older than you guys, but it definitely feels like a faded connection. And it makes your heart thump, and it makes his heart thump as well. Now with the Two of Pentacles and the Strength coming out with it, it does say, I'm getting the energy that this person will be protective over you, but you also need to be protective over your own energy as well. And just don't make any sort of decisions to kind of trust this person or make a relationship with this person or do certain intimate things with this person without having a calm mind and without the certain proper appropriate time that it should happen at. Again, it will feel like with this Two of Pentacles, it's giving very much Cinderella energy. So it is a fated connection, but it might be coming at a time where it's coming in too quick, and you guys might be confused from that quick energy and that connection. And because of that, you guys might end up doing impulsive stuff. So just really ground yourself and make sure that you're protecting your energy in that you're not being impulsive about any decisions that you're making based on your feelings. So you have to be strong in your attraction towards this person and just let things progress at a normal, healthy, and religiously good pace. I asked how to kind of stay strong and protected during this situation or against challenges that might pop up. And basically, again, it's reiterating the same message that you basically have to be happy at where you are and in your life. So be fulfilled in the situation that you are at, and do not take any actions towards this person, because this person will come towards you. You do not need to take any actions, or even with this, it's kind of giving me the feeling of being confident to be yourself and being confident enough to say no to certain things and set boundaries without actually letting the relationship go. And yeah, letting them know that you are a woman of strong integrity, basically, and morals and ethics and values. And then that's actually going to make you more attractive to them. So that's why they're going to come closer and closer, because they're going to become more and more interested in how strong and religious you are, basically. And with the Knight of Pentacles energy, it's again saying protect your body, protect yourself from this person, but in a way where they know that you are guarded and not someone that's going to be very easy to get with, but at the same time they know that you are interested in a relationship later on down the line, or through proper moral, ethical, and religious processes. Yeah, because this Knight of Pentacles isn't giving a very fighting off energy. It seems like more of like waiting and observing for the right moment to proceed forward, but also making sure that the opponent knows that you are not someone to be trifled with or someone easy to just kind of trick and fool. It's not like they're trying to trick or fool you. They really do love you, but they might be seeing your type of personality and character for the first time. Maybe they're not used to seeing girls that are like that. So they are pleasantly surprised and more attracted because of your strong energy, your principled character. So for your career, I asked how you guys can make the decision of like what careers or whatever you want to select, but also I asked how you can step out of your comfort zone if need be. But I didn't get any cards for that second question, so the only thing that was coming into my mind was that you will not have to step out of your comfort zone. You should just continue to do what you are comfortable in doing, even if you have to talk to people. Like I said, you're not scared of people, you're just a shy person. So, and you tend to stay to yourself and have a protective energy about you. But that doesn't mean that you can't talk to people confidently and appropriately. So that's nothing to worry about. Everything that you will be doing and everything that you need to do or want to do will come naturally to you. It won't be an issue of feeling uncomfortable and stepping out of your comfort zone, etc. Okay? And then, so how to make the decision will be to actually, so this is Two of Wands in reverse. it is, again, saying the same sort of thing. So go with the thing that makes you feel the most comfortable, okay? The thing that makes you happy and excites you and kind of puts you in a romantic daze or a state sort of way. When you think about this career, or when you think about the things that you'll be doing in this career, or even preparing to get into this career, like studying or projects, things like that, then it makes you it puts you kind of in this zone sort of state where you're romanticizing the situation a lot. So that will be how you make your decision. So the things that make you feel comfortable and you can easily romanticize about, that will be your career decision. Okay, so now when asked for how to stay guided and protected on the right path, these are your cards that came out: the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups in reverse. So right off the bat, you are getting this energy of just being still and slowed down and not making things out of your own worries or anxieties. Like, don't take actions out of your own worries and anxieties of things aren't moving fast enough, or what if this goes out of my hand. Don't worry about that. As well as with the King of Pentacles, again, it's giving this very stay in control of your resources and your environment. Don't let other things kind of push you into situations, or other people push you into situations that you don't want to be in. And try not to be controlled by your situation and circumstances and people, but rather stay focused on how you want to live your life and what decisions you want to make. Same thing is being reiterated with Justice and the Chariot coming out at the back of the shuffle. Again, it's this element of staying true to yourself and staying focused on what you believe is the right path and what you believe is the true actions and decisions that you need to make. Even if you have to move slowly, you take the steps that you need to take. And with Justice, again, it's this idea of being fair to people and the situations and circumstances, but not letting them cross your boundaries, not letting them defy you when you know what is right for you, and not letting them trick you into sharing your energy or breaking your protective sphere that you've got going around. So I know that was a really short reading, pile 2, but basically you guys seem pretty set. So I don't really see anything else other than what's being reiterated. So I hope you guys have a lovely, blessed week and you guys enjoyed the reading. Bye! Okay, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So this is the totem that you guys picked. I can see that you guys are very polished in some sense. I'm getting almost like a very elegant real estate broker, or like a preppy college girl from like the 80s, trust fund sort of child. But you have a very polished look about you, very straight hair, very slim, slender, long. Maybe you wear a lot of skirts and long, slim shirts, heels and stockings, light jewelry, like maybe a bracelet or a ring, and maybe some studs, but only one piece somewhere. But there is this sort of confident and feminine aura about you. And people might actually be intimidated by this aura. They might think that you are very mean because of this aura. But in fact, it's the opposite. You guys are very nice people. But a lot of people seem to be intimidated by your aura, and they end up making judgments and not approaching you based on that, or behaving based on their interpretation of your first impression. But you also have very, very close and good friends and family, and you guys enjoy a lot of time and good memories with those people that you love and endear. Okay, moving on to your reading. So, welcome to your reading, pile 3. So, again, like in pile 1, I'm going to take your cards that are on the angle that they are at as part of an indication of your progress or your journey and your energy levels on a scale from 0 to 100, kind of. in terms of what we're discussing, okay? Now, this is your love life over here, your career life, and then this is your, I believe it came out on psychological and emotional, somewhere there. Maybe spiritual as well, growth. Yeah. So I'm going to perceive it as a overall reading, but I'll try to focus more on like the psychological and spiritual perspectives, as well as growth. Okay? Self-development, basically. And then this, I got the feeling of reading your overall deck card. So your overall deck card is Justice, and there's a very calm, just figure, with the scales and everything like that. It's almost like she's moving spaces and walking around with these scales and the sword, kind of like a monitor, to make sure that people are behaving properly and acting how they should. And I am noticing there's a snake behind her trying to kind of bite her, but her sword protects her. So this is, I'm reading this as your energy. You might be in a supervisory or managerial sort of role, maybe even the CEO of a company. And I am seeing you kind of striding around a building, around cubicles and such like that. But people might think, again, this aspect of that you're being very mean, you're micromanaging, you're scrutinizing, things like that, just because you're very just aura. But they don't realize how fair you are because they don't know the actual stories that go on with the employees. You do. And how you deal with those employees, even if they are in the wrong. You are a very fair person, though. And there might be one person specifically in the office at like one of your employees that might be kind of not envious, but they might just have a very like kind of like a, they get irked out by you for no reason. They just have this image in your head, maybe in their head, maybe that you are a certain type of person. So anything that you guys do, or even if you guys are there, it just kind of annoys them. But they don't really have an actual reason for that annoyance. Okay. So let me try reading your love here. So your love is, you've got the Six of Pentacles, and then you've got the Seven of Swords. Basically what I'm getting is that it does seem that you guys are very much interested in love, and you guys have your own ideals and dreams and romantic stories in your head about how you want to fall in love, how you want to be in love, and how you kind of basically, you do have this fantasy that you want to get married and have a like a couple life with your partner, with your husband and the person that you truly love. I don't see like kids in that picture. I just see you guys, maybe like the honeymoon phase or whatnot. But yes, there is this very strong aspect, and you can see there's like sparrows here, and then you've also got these birds over here. And again, like with the children, there's no children in the picture. So it does seem that in your love life, you guys have these fantasies of what you guys kind of want your love life to look like and how you want it to be. But I'm not seeing anyone in your sphere right now that you could marry, or even someone that you guys are dating. It doesn't seem like you guys are dating at all, at the very least. It seems like you guys are single, but want to be married and have a loving life with your husband, where you guys just cuddle and support each other and just be happy together. I'm seeing you might be infertile, which is why I'm not seeing kids in the picture, or you might be at an age where you are unable to have kids as easily because of lack of eggs or something like that. Or it could just be the fact that you don't want to have kids early on in the marriage, or even at all, and your husband is also fine with that as well. He might change his mind later on, I am getting, but for the time being, he is okay with that. Just before I put these cards away, I did get a feeling that there might be someone kind of dissuading certain suitors from approaching you. Or you might be getting potential suitors, but they get dissuaded for some reason. Yeah. For your career, you are on a quite steep angle, so I would say 85 to 95, your career is pretty successful. And you are in a very powerful, authoritative position, as you can see with this wolf howling. It is a position where people listen to what you say, as well as you have the ability to put down the commands that need to be put down. And it's a very thought-based job. So again, like, and I'm seeing managerial, supervisor sort of positions, CEO. Definitely higher manager positions though. Like, even if you are a supervisor, it's more of like you're a supervisor of a department or a whole office, something like that. It's a large scale responsibility that requires thinking and requires you to speak to people, and they listen to your commands. Yep. And then finally, with your self-growth, psychological, spiritual improvement, with the King of Wands coming out in here, and then the World coming out at this angle. With the World coming out of this angle, it does seem that you guys are very, are kind of restraining your energy more and more from the world around you. So it seems almost like you're going into a hermit mode and choosing, whether subconsciously or consciously, just automatically having that decision progress, of kind of retreating away from the world and staying with just your loved ones and your family and your friends. And with the King of Wands, I'm seeing this spiritual growth as well. That you guys are, again, growing very much confident in your own energy and learning to accept what your energy's benefits or even like negative perceptions are. You are learning to understand them and accept them, and you don't mind being perceived in those ways or having those qualities, because you understand that that actually makes you stronger, and that actually helps you in your job, in your life, and helps you make better decisions as well. So with your love life, I asked, how can your ideals become reality? And this card came out, which is the Five of Swords. So it is, again, very protective and battle sort of energy. It is giving me the idea that you should protect your love energy, basically. If there are suitors coming into your vicinity, then you should protect the availability of those suitors to be able to approach you. And if you notice that there is a person that is kind of detracting them away from you and kind of keeping them from coming towards you, you should tell that person to back off and tell that person to stay where they are and not fight against you. In whichever way you feel comfortable and believe it is appropriate to do so. But that person should know that they are in the wrong and that they should not be crossing the limits and trying to, stop people from meeting you just because they have a certain perspective about you. You also need to stop protecting your own sort of love life, in the sense that you need to start being more open to people and letting people in, even if it's just like a casual dinner date or whatever. But start interacting with people and going out on dates. And of course, don't be like Tinder swiping dates, but actual dates where maybe you go to like a blind date, or maybe you do some sort of matchmaking, or you ask your friends and family to recommend someone to you that is also looking to, get married and have a family, even if it's just them couples. But try to put yourself out there in a healthy and respectful, as well as staying true to your intention of getting married and having a happy couple life out there. Yep, and just make sure that anyone who's trying to stop suitors from approaching you, or spreading rumors about you maybe, or making people kind of like go against you or be more intimidated by you, just make sure that they know not to say those things, and yeah, just set up like strict boundaries with that person. Okay, so to get your energy level to 100 is the question that I asked, like how to get your career energy level to 100, because right now it's like at 85, 95. I would say 95. And you are successful in your career, but the only thing that kind of stops you from getting that 100 energy level is your image, basically, to other people. So it is saying that to keep your strong image, but you also need to be gentle towards the people that you work with. Maybe try to open up to them more and try to smile more, try to, check in with them and see how their day's going. And just sort of have like these small moments of appreciation and opening up and connecting with your employees. Um, of course, you retain your own confident aura, but you do need to socialize with them rather than just kind of monitoring them once in a while throughout the day, um, and then going back to your office. Or just coming to talk to them when a task is necessary. Yeah, so again, with the justice coming out in reverse, it does say to let your guard down a little bit. Again, not in the perspective of letting go of the sword, but just being more open and more showing your more gentle side to people and your fair side to people. And then again, with the Ace of Pentacles coming in reverse and the Four of Swords, but with the butterfly sitting on the skull, again, transforming yourself into someone that's not so reserved and conservative towards their environment and the people around them. And to not be so single-minded, basically, like of just focusing on the task at hand and then going back into your office. So there is this element of socializing, lighthearted talks, just check in, like, oh, how are you? Saying hello to your employees, maybe going for a coffee break once in a while, then, just hanging around in the kitchen and asking whatever's going on in their employees' lives or getting interacting with their conversations. Or smiling or bringing something into the office once in a while just to kind of appreciate your employees. Finally, for your psychological growth sort of out cards, I asked how to bring these elements into balance, specifically how to bring your socializing aspect into balance. And that is the King of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse coming out at the back of the shuffle. So with the King of Cups, it's again giving the energy of just smiling and being happy around the people that you meet with on a daily basis, whether that's someone at a cafe, whether that's someone at your workplace. Mostly it's showing workplace, but yeah, just keep smiling, saying hello, hi to people. Yeah, and just showing that you're happy. Yeah, and then with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it is this more proactive sort of energy that's going on here. That yes, you might be cold exterior from the outside, but you need to kind of warm yourself up a little bit. And yeah, just emulate more warmer and kind, gentle qualities. Not that you aren't, but it's just that because of your very conservative sort of behavior, people tend to think that you are, pardon my analogy, but the Grouch of Christmas, McScrooge, right? You just stay focused on your task and you don't really interact with them, and so you're very intimidating and maybe you're unfair or whatnot, but you aren't like that in reality, so you need to show your true personality, when what you behave like with your family and friends. Just show a little bit of that in the office or the people that you interact with on a daily basis and socialize with, even if they're strangers. And maybe not like people who are trying to, flirt with you or put you into some sort of vulnerable situation, but just like the baristas at a cafe that you might order from, or the waiter or waitress, or again, people who are working in your office that you work with on a daily basis. Just smiling and saying hello to them. Okay, so pile 3, this is what I have got. And again, I know it was a short reading, but I mean, the cards are speaking. So God told me to say these things. So that is what is being said. And there isn't much more to go on. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. Okay? Bye!